here with some friends, I'm here with my children, and if you don't see behind me, just turn the camera a little bit so everyone can see. This is the Museum of Jewish Heritage, a living memorial to the Holocaust. And what you can't see because you're looking this way is what I'm looking at. So I'm just going to walk this way so you can see. Right here is a boxcar, an original boxcar that brought human beings to their slaughter because it forgot that they were human beings. And the reason why we are here today is because just 2 days ago, on those doors right there, someone tied a Confederate flag. And you might wonder what the connection is. And if it's not obvious to you, let me spell it out. The Confederate flag in America 2021, first of all, violated our Holy of Holies in Washington, D.C. just this past Wednesday, standing side by side with someone wearing a t-shirt that said Camp Auschwitz. If that doesn't make the connection clear, let this make it clear. When human beings were brought onto this boxcar, they were treated as less than human. When black people in America are treated like slaves or oppressed or forgotten or marginalized, when the Confederate flag not only flies in the capital of the U.S., but over I-95 when you head south today, that tells us that the lessons of the Holocaust have not been learned, except for this. When hatred of any kind rears its head, everyone who's a human being is supposed to show up. We learn in Pirkei Avot, an ancient rabbinic collection, "B'makom she'ein anashim hishtadel liot ish." In a place where people are not standing up like people, it's upon us to stand up like people. Just yesterday in the Torah, we read that when Pharaoh wanted to marginalize, oppress, and eventually try to exterminate a people, he said, there are too many of them. Hava nit chachma, let's be smart. Let's outwit them, let's be clever. Well, that happened in Nuremberg too, didn't it? Whenever a pharaoh arises, there are all too many people who will follow or enable or allow or even empower and champion and fight violently for them. That is hatred. It has always been hatred, and unfortunately probably always will be hatred. But it is upon us to stand here and say, there is no space for a Confederate flag on a Holocaust Memorial Museum, but even if it weren't placed on Jewish space, a Confederate flag placed anywhere celebrating the oppression of other human beings is anathema to any of God's children. So if we are going to do right, we're going to listen not only to what the Torah said yesterday, Hava nit chachma, let us be smart. We also have to hear what this coming week's Torah portion says, which is Bo el Paro. We are going right at anyone who would act like Pharaoh in this world, because this is a living reminder of what the world allowed. And just 2 days ago, other human beings thought it was acceptable to put it here, and if you think the attempted coup on the United States on Wednesday was an isolated incident, you need to read Isabel Wilkerson's book, Cast, because in it, it makes very clear, you and I can recognize when the earth erupts and an earthquake happens, but we don't necessarily pay attention when the subterranean tremors happen. What happened on Wednesday has been coming for a very long time, longer than 4 years, but amplified within them. And so it is upon us to draw the lines that connect the dots and to stand united in the face of hate. And so all of you who are watching and those of us who are here need to not only stand witness, but to remember with pain what happened on Wednesday, what happened on Friday, and what has happened throughout human history. We dare not forget. We owe it to our ancestors and we owe it to our descendants. We will never, ever forget. There is no room for hate. There will never be room for hate. So God bless you. May you be strong. May you be safe. Wear a mask. Stay distant. Keep each other safe and healthy. We'll emerge into the light, and we have to make sure there's so much more of it in the days to come. So bless you. Thank you for being present with us this morning.